higher-seeded Nebraska team. More recently, Nebraska is trying to win, while Xavier has had some success, including a first four win, but also missed the tournament in 2020.
Derek.
Yo. Good evening again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Tailgate Talk. We are glad you chose to spend a little bit of your Wednesday evening here with us. As always, the Philadelphia Eagle, Oregon Duck fan, Brian Denton, out in Colorado.
Finally, he had
A
a
good
bad
weekend for him. Brian Cook, the Houston Texan fan now.
Now, I've always been Houston.
little
No,
shape
you were a
shifter.
Pittsburgh Steelers
I
fan.
had to be because we sold our team to Tennessee.
Jeff Green.
And I'm still a Giants fan and Husker fan.
Patriots fan.
I'll be here with you as always. Tampa Bay, KU, Nebraska. I love them all. But
How about KU last night? And,
Hey.
I mean, not to continue what we were talking off thing about men's basketball. KU drops 5 games, drops out of the top 25, and then turns around to spanks number 2 Iowa State.
yeah, I mean, spanked them hard.
They did.
After they lost to the West Virginia Mountaineers on Saturday.
Right.
So
And to everyone out there that, I mean, if you're casual fans or not of Nebraska, what we were discussing is at 17-0, can Nebraska compete in the March Madness tournament to win a national championship? We got a no out there in Oregon, but he's always negative. We actually got a no over here. He says we'll run into someone physical and get beat. This guy over here says we have to prove that we can win in the NCAA tournament
Good point.
before we can even talk anything else. Me, on the other hand, I think this is a different team than ever been at Nebraska, and I think they can win. I think they can compete. And look, at the end of next month, we'll get to know. We go up against Michigan.
How can you root against them? I mean, the team.
Well, you can't root
You
against.
can't. I mean, this team is great. Fred Hoiberg's a great coach. I mean, everything is clicking. I like their shooters. More importantly, like me and Jeff were just said, the defense has been outstanding. Team defense.
Right, team defense. It's not like we got an all-star shutdown guard out there or anything. Well, they have team defense. They play this motion defense. If you go into the paint, you will be double teamed, and they'll be coming from 2 different directions. Yet they seem not to give up open threes. They make clutch threes, and we throw a lot of them up. I mean, we throw a lot of them up. 64% of the shots we take are from the 3-point line. If you're open, you're supposed to shoot. That's the philosophy.
That may be the downfall at the end of the season, though.
Could be.
Three-pointers will take you away, but dribble drive from high school to the NBA, you got to have that dribble drive, sneak inside the defense. That's where you're going to score and take control of a game. Not from
But
three-point.
we have those guys too.
Sam Hoiberg is one of those.
Hoiberg, Sampson, Mass. I mean, the problem with Mass is he's our big guy. The guy is 6'9". I know they lied, say he's 6'10", or 6'11". I think was what I heard during the Oregon game. He's no 6'11". He's 6'9". He's undersized, but when he gets against Purdue, for example, they got 2 big men in the middle, and they play physical. They make you play half court, and you know that'll be interesting to see how Mass handles that.
anyhow,
Sorry.
once again, good evening and welcome to another edition of Tailgate Talk. We will talk more about Nebraska ball later on in the year when it comes Big Ten tournament time, NCAA tournament time, and everything else. But for right now, we're going to kick it off. College football. We're down to the final 2. We are down to Miami and the team Jeff said wasn't for real going into the Big Ten championship game. Indiana, who has now spanked Ohio State, spanked Alabama, and completely destroyed your Oregon Ducks, Brian. I'm sorry. That game wasn't... I had wrestling last Friday, and I'm like, man, I want to get home, watch the end of the game. Should be a good one. Ask somebody the score. They go, it's halftime, 35-7 Indiana. And I'm like, well, I'm in no hurry now.
How about that same wrestling? Girls wrestling in Beatrice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
I was at Nebraska.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
That girl
So-
wrestling where you were.
But guys, let's talk about it. Let's go back to last Thursday. Miami, Ole Miss. Instant classic. I mean, what a
Absolutely.
game. Trinidad Chambliss, Carson Beck, those two quarterbacks put on a show. But the guy I'm impressed with is a guy who should be a senior in high school right now, and that's the little wide receiver from Miami, Tony. That guy is a freak of nature.
He's for real.
The plays he makes.
What's that, Brian?
He's for real. Like, that guy changes a game.
Yeah.
You know, my takeaway from that game is, like you said, instant classic. That game was an awesome game to watch. I really wish they would have gave him the call at the end just to give him another shot, because it was pass interference at the end. I don't care who you are. But either way, the game was great. I necessarily think Ole Miss would have scored at the end? No, I'm not saying that. But they were driving with 18 seconds left or something like that. Nobody was giving him a shot, and then he literally.
For example, you said it was pass interference. Take away that pass interference. Does he catch that ball?
Very possible. He put it right there.
Very possible.
So, you know, I feel bad for Ole Miss because they literally put it all on the line, but I don't know. Miami's off or defensive line is for real. That defensive line is what's going to make a difference in this game coming up. So,
Brian,
Miami did him a favor.
Brian, what was your takeaway?
Well, defensive line. Brian pointed it out. That defensive line set the stage for the entire Miami team and their terrific wide receiver. That scares me. I mean, seeing Michael Irvin on the sideline makes me sick to my stomach.
What was the white stuff on his lip?
Well, the same
Oh,
thing
it's-
Tony was.
That's the Dallas Police Department about that. Oh God.
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, so you take what Miami did, Ole Miss, great game, great football game, great
Yep.
college football game. What we're looking for, you go to Friday night, Indiana, Oregon, the rematch. Indiana had taken them down up in Eugene. Everybody thought it was going to be
a good game.
It was a good game up there. Everybody thought it was going to be a good game, and Indiana came out and just.
Pulled out the whooping stick.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I'm not trying to cut you down, Brian, but it was just an old-fashioned, we're
the
going to
qu-
the woodshed.
The quarterback, I mean, what he had 2 interceptions in the first quarter?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he came out flat. He didn't see what was going on. He didn't see that defense very well. And once Indiana got rolling,
First play of the game was a pick six.
yeah,
You know, I mean, first play of the game, Oregon gets the ball, they're coming out, they're excited, boom, pick six, you're down 7-0 in an instant. And it just, the wheels fell off after that.
it just fell off. You know,
You-
as bad as Indiana beat them, right? That's not indicative of how that game should have went.
No.
But it snowballed on him. Well, the show replacements. That was quicksand.
Yep.
You make one mistake, then they made another, then they made another. Next thing you knew, it was just too big for the moment.
Yeah.
All I can say is that pick six set the tone for that game. As soon as I saw the pick six, and I actually turned it on right after the pick six because I got home late, and then it just Oregon could not get anything going at all, and it just usually I don't worry about Oregon being down a score. They do that a lot. That's not a big thing. But when they could not they couldn't move the ball at all. And when are we going to start talking about Indiana being possibly the best team of all time? Because they are good. That team
we're not gonna
is
have that conversation
legitimate.
unless they dismantle Miami.
Let's say, okay, let's bring up that argument. Let's say they dismantle Miami. They literally go on a run dismantling everybody in the playoffs with the resume they had through the year. They've only been challenged once all year long. They've only been challenged once, and that was on that catch in the back of the end zone that they won the game.
Yep.
Great play, by the way. I don't know. Indiana's for real, dude. And the thing is, they're doing it with 2- and 3-star talent. Oregon came in and they're loaded.
No, 7 4-star players, no 5-star players.
But what I'm saying is they did it against teams that are 4- and 5-star loaded teams.
Yep.
and they're dismantling them like nothing. And Mendoza, that guy, ice in his veins, man. He don't get
So,
rattled. He just doesn't get rattled, dude.
can you actually imagine them playing some of the great teams though?
But what
You
I'm
just
what I'm
can't, you
saying,
just can't think that this would happen
You
in those
mentioned them
games.
against the 0-1 Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
okay,
can't, you can't think that they destroy them.
but you
let's
can't
let's
think
be
that
real
they
though.
wouldn't win.
Let's be real though. Like
You can't think they wouldn't win.
if this was an SEC team, they would be having that talk right now. I'm just telling
No,
you.
if this was Vanderbilt,
No, if it was like Bama or
right?
If it was
But it-
Bama,
but it-
LSU,
but it-
you could
but
probably
they couldn't
even
be that with the star power they have. So this would have to be a Vanderbilt out of the SEC doing this,
And see, I think
and
that's
they still wouldn't be put into that talk.
where you're
What I'm
gonna
saying
find
though.
the issue.
What
Is-
I'm saying though is the only reason that they're not talking that is because Indiana was crap 2 years ago. They were the worst team in college football
But
historically.
also, when the draft comes, right? When these players go to get drafted, there's not a lot of draft picks in there.
No,
No,
You,
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
Looking at a team that's going to the NFL,
you got Mendoza.
you got Mendoza. Yeah, that middle linebacker that
Yeah.
might get a look.
that one right. There's that one wide receiver that's probably going to get looked at.
They get a look. They
yeah.
got the big center that might get a look. But we're talking looks. We're not.
The
Well,
team doesn't make mistakes. They just don't make mistakes ever.
In 15 games this year, Indiana has given up 137 points. And you look, Oregon twice, Alabama, Ohio State, Iowa, which Iowa's not whatever, Illinois, who at the time was ranked higher than Indiana, and they went in there and just destroyed them. I mean, who put up the most points on them this year was Penn State, put up 24. And if you look in that Oregon game the other night,
And that was a good game.
yeah, a lot of those scores came late for Oregon. I mean, it
Right.
wasn't.
The game was in hand. The
Yeah.
game was in hand the whole time.
Yeah,
So they didn't care at that point.
but I mean, they gave up 3 points to an Alabama team that a lot of people were talking as one, had a shot at winning the whole thing this year.
Right.
Guys.
Yeah.
One thing I got to say that I'm absolutely loving, though, is the fall of the SEC.
Mhm.
It's so good to see. Did you see the interview with Feinbaum?
Uh,
That they asked him, is this the collapse of the SEC? And he said, I'm on contract to tell you no, but yes, it is the fall of the SEC. They're just falling apart. The
the
SEC
fall of the
is not
SEC
good.
is the fact that the playoffs were rigged. When we only had 2 teams, they were rigged. When we only had 4 teams, it was rigged. I mean, they were handpicking the opponents.
The SEC was 1-11 in postseason games this year,
Yeah,
and in that they took away the second win because it was against the SEC. That's terrible.
Well,
And,
Ole Miss had 2 wins in the postseason.
At that point is what I'm saying. The one win was against the SEC opponent, though.
Yeah,
So they took that one out.
Alabama beat Oklahoma, so there's SEC. Ole
Yeah.
Miss
So
beat Tulane.
yeah, but what I was saying up until that point, there was 2 games they took out because it was against SEC opponent.
Mhm.
So the 1-11, that's bad. That's
But
really
now-
bad.
this is the other side that I love about the new playoff system. We're sitting here with the number 10 seed playing in the playoff in the championship. So all them people that said, "Oh no, we always got it right with 4," nah, you didn't.
Well-
We're 2 years in, and we have a 7 and a 10 seed that made it to the championship, and the 7 won.
And
If you had a 14 playoff, neither one of these teams are in, or
Right.
except for Indiana. Oregon
for
would have been
Indiana.
out. Except for
But last
Indiana.
year, last year a 4-team went to got in, right?
The top 4 teams in the last 2 playoffs are 1-7. Well, now 2-7.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that
Yeah.
says it all. We needed more matchups.
Well, now they're talking the Big Ten and the SEC, who are the 2 most powerful conferences in NCAA right now,
Absolutely.
want to go to a 16-team playoff, and that way, all of the top seeds are going to get a home game to start with, instead of the 4-team bye.
I agree.
I could really see the buys going away.
Yeah.
I really could.
Well,
for sure.
the bye teams lose a lot.
All you got to do is have 4 more teams, and you've got your 16-team playoff. Now, one of them, and I think it's the Big Ten, is pushing for a 24-team playoff.
That's too much.
That's too much.
Where you would go top 8 get buys, and then the 16 would play and come in, and then you would go down from there. I think 16 is a perfect number. I really do. I think 16 will be the perfect number.
I like 12 until we've seen it now 2 years in a row.
Honestly, if you want to include like a Tulane or James Madison, you got to make it 16. I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah, because they didn't deserve to be there, and teams got left out that kind of deserved to make it.
BYU.
BYU.
I felt like BYU, even though Texas Tech got destroyed by Oregon, I still think BYU, only having 2 losses and both of them to Tech, should have at least had a shot in there before James Madison or before Tulane. You know,
as much as I hate Notre Dame, they probably deserve to be in it.
over a James Madison or a Tulane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I will agree
Over
with that.
James Madison or Tulane.
Yes.
Now, Texas should have been left out like they were to a James Madison and a Tulane.
And I think
They suck.
I agree.
I think Mark Mangino's Jayhawks should have been in.
You go back in time and bring the fat man back.
Yeah, so you're going back. You like this. You think you're good right now. So does that make all the national championships, Jeff, before the playoffs? Does that make them bogus? Like Nebraska winning 3 national championships under Tom Allen? Are they bogus champions because of that?
Now wait a minute. Those were before playoffs.
I know.
And so that was, it was kind of like a beauty pageant before the playoffs, because you got a group of guys in there and they vote on who was been number 1, who was number 2, number 3, and so forth. And I have problems with sports like that, and it was a beauty pageant before then. So that was what it was. But when we got into the 2 teams matching up and 4 teams matching up, I'm not going to say they were bogus, but they definitely were controlled. They were handpicked. Like the year we would have played Miami for the national championship and they left Notre Dame out. Notre Dame should have been playing them. They might have put up a fight. We shouldn't have been. We just came off a 62-24 loss to Colorado. That we should have never been in a national championship game after that.
Didn't even play in the Big 12 title game that year.
That was the Big 12 title
No, it
game, wasn't
wasn't. When Colorado thumped them 60 whatever to 20.
62-24.
Yeah, Colorado went and played Oklahoma in the Big 12 title game because that kicked Nebraska out.
It was North and
Nebraska
South
still
versus
got
that
into the
time.
Rose Bowl against Miami.
We should have never been in that game. And Miami proved it. They literally, if they would have took their foot off the pedal at halftime, that could have easily been 70-10.
But that was one of the best ever college football teams ever assembled too. That 01 Miami Hurricane.
It was.
Team. I mean, I'm not saying the best, but
But
one of
there were
them.
teams that would have put up a better fight.
Oh yeah.
There were teams out there that would have put up a better fight. Notre Dame had 1 loss. Michigan had 1 loss that year. There were better teams out there to go into that fight.
Yeah. So
One
guys,
thing the playoff would have decided back when Michigan and Nebraska tied for the national championship, the playoff would have resolved that issue, who was better, Michigan or Nebraska that year.
And you'd like to believe, if we would have been able to, that they would have matched them up.
Yeah.
well, I already know who would have won a 12-team playoff in '97.
You're right.
I've already read them.
Desmond Howard?
I will tell you. I'll bring him in.
Okay.
Everything's all done, and you guys can look him over. But let's move on. Monday night, gentlemen, the NCAA championship game, Miami, Indiana. Brian, how do you see the game going?
I think Indiana's going to roll. I really do. I think they're just a team of destiny this year. Signetti's on a mission. That guy shows no emotion. He's the Belichick of college football. That guy they score. He doesn't just, and he even said he does it on purpose because he doesn't want to show that he's excited, because there's still work to be done. And they are literally a team that runs like they are on a mission. I think Indiana wins by 2 scores.
B. Cook?
I hope you're right. I got that gut feeling, though, that Miami defensive line may take some of that steam out of the Indiana offense. And I hate Miami. I'm going to point this for. I hate Miami. I hate Michael Irvin. I do not like them at all. But a gut feeling tells me that Miami's defensive line is going to change the complexity of the Indiana offense. It's going to go down to the wire. And I'm going to pick Indiana in a close battle.
Jeff?
I think the thing that we haven't talked about is how good their Indiana's defense is. I think they roll.
And this is where I slightly disagree with Brian that it's going to be a 2-score game because Indiana's lines on both sides are ridiculous good.
Yeah,
they're really good.
What they do on defense, I mean, it's like they never blitz, and they get like 3 or 4 sacks a game, and they're not even blitzing.
I love it. I love watching Indiana. Don't get me wrong. I'm rooting hard for the Hoosiers in this game, hard, but a gut feeling tells me that defensive line from Miami is going to make it closer than it should be.
I'm not rooting. I'm rooting for Miami. I just
So you
and Miami has home field advantage.
2 scores.
Indiana?
Indiana.
Well, before we move on to the NFL, I'll tell you my playoff and who have I been a proponent of all year long, Jeff.
Back in Miami all year long. No.
So, the way I look at it, both teams have good defenses. Both teams have good offensive lines. And it's going to come down, Mendoza, Beck, both good quarterbacks. Take nothing away from either one of them. It's going to come down to the playmakers, and the U wins it by 4.
Oh, my.
It's going to be a 31-27, 28-24, but you're going to see Miami and Mario Cristobal take it. And
they're playing in Miami, right?
Yeah,
they're playing at home.
I would love nothing more than to see the meme that Miami's been doing all year with Michael Irvin smacking opponents with the belt on the sideline, with Indiana doing it to Miami. Backing them.
I hate Miami.
I have been a proponent of Indiana all year. I have.
You have.
They are.
I mean, you've been trying to get me to say it.
I know. They went in. They beat Ohio State in the Big Ten. A lot of people opened their eyes on that one because they didn't think that was going to happen. A lot of people were picking Alabama to beat them, and they put the thumping down on Alabama. A lot of people thought Oregon was going to get their revenge. Hard to beat a team twice in a year.
Yep.
Indiana went out and did that. Now, though, a spot they have never been in. And I understand Miami hasn't been there since the early 2000s either. Cristobal's never been there, but I think both coaches are good. I think Signotti is a great coach, what he has done in 2 years there. But I think Miami, playing in Miami, will win by about 4, is my call for that game. So,
how do you think the crowd will be split?
I think there will be more Indiana fans there than Miami fans. I really do. It'll be close.
I'm going to be curious to see that.
I'm thinking about a 60-40, 55-45 split is what I'm thinking. But I could be wrong.
I mean, they've never traveled well.
Well, they did last week.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know.
You know, they don't have a history of it.
I know. But I think majority of America, except for the tip of Florida, is rooting for Indiana in this game just because they have never been here. They've never been relevant. You know, the meme I loved was Bobby Knight and Tom Osborne
Yeah.
talking, and Tom going, Bobby, you ain't gonna believe what's happening here. You know, we're good at basketball, you're good at football. So,
that is funny and everything. And you're right. A lot of people like seeing the new face,
Mhm.
right? I'm not a fan of the new face being in there.
I love the parody.
But
I
here's-
love
the parody, but
Here's why
this is the
Jeff-
parody right now.
Here is, and I'm going to explain this all to you watching out there right now, and to the two Bryans. The reason Jeff is not happy with this is because Kurt Signotti comes in and turns Indiana around in 2 years, takes them to a national title. Matt Rule's been at Nebraska for 3 years, and they still haven't got over that hump to get to a major bowl.
Yeah,
And that's why Jeff has a hard time
just don't understand.
feeding into the Indiana thing, and it's tough for him, and he's struggling.
Oh,
We're in therapy.
and his second team got beat out the first time, in their first round. Ohio State got beat out, so he's
They're
upset.
my second team.
Oh, but not so fast, my friend.
No. We said
people
things
here-
under confidence.
2 people here do know who his second team is, and we will not disclose who his second team is, but it's not them. Well, guys, let's move on to the NFL. The first weekend of the playoffs happened.
Killing me.
Wild card weekend happened last week. And let's start off in the AFC, and let's go to Monday night, where Brian's Houston Texans beat Brian's second team, Pittsburgh Steelers, in Aaron Rodgers. It's time. It is time. I'm sorry.
I cannot believe that they got rid of Tomlinson.
He stepped down.
You
He didn't get fired, he stepped down.
know that there were some things said.
I know. Mike Tomlin has stepped down as head coach of the Steelers.
And Aaron should go.
Aaron.
They should walk. If he's retiring, they should walk hand in hand into the mist.
But here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers got, who I believe is a good coach, fired in New York. Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
He is, I love that guy. He is a great coach. Where's he at now? Defensive coordinator of a team we'll talk about later, Brian, and I'll let you have the floor on that one. But Houston looked really good the other night, but Aaron Rodgers made them look really good too. And
I agree.
Rodgers had his heyday with the Packers ever since the Jets. You know, it's kind of like he wanted to be Brett Favre. Favre went and he led the Vikings to the NFC title game one year. He had some success after he left Green Bay. Rodgers hasn't had that. Yes, he made the playoffs, but he's done. I mean, his time is over. He can't move. I don't know. Do you guys think the same thing?
I do too, but I think they're going to take some time to find him a retirement home to go to when they get down that quarterback. I tell you what, he's the third best quarterback ever at Green Bay. Brett Favre, number 1. Brett Favre, number 2. Aaron Rodgers, maybe number 3. Who knows? Jordan Love, maybe number 3.
At Green Bay.
Not at Green Bay.
Where's Don Mikowski, the Magic Man, in this whole situation? Come on now.
I may put him up above Aaron Rodgers too.
I'm just
Aaron
saying.
Rodgers had better stats because the game changed. The only reason why Aaron Rodgers was considered one of the best quarterbacks there. Bart Starr, Brett Favre.
Aaron Rodgers had a huge arm. And,
I've seen the
Green,
bad
Green
quarter.
Bay never helped him with a decent defense. He had a run
One
game.
time.
What?
time.
Yeah.
And what happened? They won.
They won a Super Bowl because they had a defense, and then they took the money out of the defense and
He had Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson. Give him credit.
But seriously though, like he had Devontae Adams at the end, but they didn't win with Devontae Adams.
No.
And did they really think Devontae Adams was going to turn into what he did? Probably not. But what I'm saying is, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is probably going to go down to Costa Rica and smoke ayahuasca, figure out what he wants to do, and I wouldn't be surprised.
We're going to join Ricky Williams down there in Australia.
Yeah.
Him and Ricky are going to sit on the side of a mountain and try to discuss why they didn't win.
I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers is back next year. I would not. Be surprised.
You're right. It wouldn't surprise me if he does come back, but he shouldn't.
He shouldn't. No.
He should
Who will
not
he come back with?
The Steelers.
The Steelers would take him back, I'm sure.
Yeah. I just
If you're Pittsburgh, though, like you Tomlin stepped down, so now you're going to bring in a new coach. They're probably going to bring in a quarterback, I would assume, with either the draft or either in free agency. Let him sit behind Aaron for a year. Who cares at this point? They're going to be in rebuild mode anyway.
They're gonna go get Cousins.
yeah. Or Phillip Rivers. Well, let's move on to the Texans' opponent this weekend, and probably one of the most boring games of the weekend, but great defensive play by the New England Patriots as they defeat Jim Harbaugh's San Diego or Los Angeles Chargers.
Cheaters.
Los Angeles Cheaters.
Let's keep it real.
You know, the more I am watching New England, the more I am impressed. They've got a good running game. Drake May doesn't do stupid things, and they have a very solid defense.
And they got a good coach.
Yeah,
He sees the game right.
Vrabel.
And, you know, they're going to eat Texans for lunch. That game's going to be over by halftime.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Not so fast. Not so fast.
Not so fast.
Not so
Not
fast.
so fast. I honestly see this being like a 9-6 game. I see it being really low scoring. Both defenses are really good. The only thing that I think could be the Texans' Achilles heel is their offense sucks.
Offensive coordinator.
But CJ Stroud just
Stroud,
looks
so-
like he's lost. I'm sorry, but CJ Stroud sucks.
Mhm.
Don't care what anybody says.
He still is the best quarterback out of that draft.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely was. There was nothing but trash that came out of that draft. And he's the best of it.
No, not a chance. I think New England probably pulls it out, but I think it's a close game. I don't think it's going to be anything that New England's going to run away with by any means.
Yeah, but New England doesn't run away with games.
No.
They
No.
win. They know how to win those close games. And
They win by 7 to 10 points.
I think it's going to come down to Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson running the ball, keeping that clock running, and who's going to come up big for the Patriots is he wants revenge. Stephon Diggs is going to have a big game, I feel. So,
He was quiet last week.
yep. Now let's move on. Down in Duval County, the Jacksonville Jaguars hosted the Buffalo Bills in a very good game. I mean, this was
Way
a
better
very
than I
good
thought
game.
it would be.
And Jacksonville was right there. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know who he was looking for on that last play when he threw the pick. But Superman put on the cape and got it done for the Bills. Josh Allen, now they got to move on and they got to play the number 1 seed. And they got to go to Invesco and play the Mile High and play the Broncos.
I mean, if you're going to play a number 1 seed, this is the number 1 seed you want to play. I mean, we're talking about the Broncos. Shitty offense, good defense, mile high shit. I mean, Josh Allen, it'll be fine.
I mean, I have not been a proponent of Josh Allen. I really haven't. And
He's still the better quarterback in this matchup.
I'll give him the advantage over Bo Nix as far as quarterbacks because Allen has been around a while and
Experience.
he is a lot more experienced. But if that Denver defense shuts down James Cook and takes away Josh Allen's running ability like they have on some of these teams all year, it's going to be a long day for the Bills. It is going to be a long, long day for Buffalo.
No, there is no universe that Denver takes control of that game and doesn't let Bills breathe. The best thing that Denver can hope for is a shootout.
Denver don't want to shoot out. Denver don't want
Denver don't want
to
it to be close
But
because Knicks will choke.
Denver's got the best home field advantage in football with the altitude. That's something that nobody's talking about. You got to be
The
trained.
marijuana in the air does not help them.
Yes, it does.
It does
100%.
not help them.
It does 100%.
Josh Allen took a beating down in Jacksonville last
Yes.
week. And if he's not 100% healthy coming into this game, and he takes a few more shots like he did in that Jaguar game from those Denver player defense, I think Josh is going to have a hard time carrying the Buffalo Bills, because if Josh Allen has a bad game anywhere in these playoffs, Buffalo is not going to go any further. They don't have enough. Their defense is not good enough to carry them through a game.
Buffalo's not a good team. Buffalo is not a good team at all. I'm sorry, but they're not.
It's not a good team. This
They
is
have-
the perfect number 1 seed matchup for them. This is the weakest
Okay.
number 1 seed we've had in probably 20 years.
Josh Allen's not healthy. Gabe Davis just tore his ACL, so he's
Bo
down
Nix
another
is a bad
receiver.
quarterback. You got a running back that he's only good for 5 yards on a good day.
Not a chance. He's leading rookies in touchdowns. He should be a considered for
Leading
offensive rookie of the year.
Leading the rookies.
He's got 14 touchdowns on the year. And who actually,
You know why? Because Bo Nix can't throw it into the end zone.
he's just the best fourth quarter quarterback in the NFL.
The best.
Yeah.
That's
Look
all
it
I'm
up.
hearing out of this. This ain't the best. You sound like Trump.
The best-
All we have here is the best people in the best spot.
The best fourth
They're
quarter
just-
quarterback we're going to talk about in a little bit, because he doesn't show up for the first 3, then he shows up in the fourth quarter. We'll get to him in a second.
Bo Nix is not shabby, dude. I'm telling you, he was the steal of that draft. He was. He went to a perfect scenario. He went to the perfect coach. He reminds me a lot of Drew Brees. And that is exactly what Sean Payton
Stop
wants.
it. He's got no breeze in him at all.
He has to be Drew. If he wants to win, he's got to beat Drew Brees, because his coach not going to get him there. I'm telling you what, Drew Brees won that Super Bowl with that defense back in New Orleans. It was not Sean Payton. It was Drew Brees and the New Orleans defense. Sean
That
Payton
was being paid to
rode
hurt
their
people.
coattails. Payton, no.
I'm just saying that
And-
he's being paid to hurt people.
And they're talking about J.K. Dobbins being back for the AFC Championship game if they get there. So Denver's going to get healthy. So
The thing about it is right now, you're down to 4 teams in both conferences. Any of these 4 teams can go. Any of them. Any of these 4 teams can go to the Super Bowl.
The Texans have a better chance than the Donkeys. I mean,
no, they don't.
We'll get to our picks here in a little while, but now let's move on down. And I didn't think the team had a
power
shot.
ratings. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I didn't think that the team had a shot, but the Carolina Panthers put up a hell of a fight against
What
the
a
Rams. I mean, great game. Carolina and Bryce Young. Maybe it was Bryce Young's coming out party. Who knows? Maybe he finally figured it out.
Did he come at the same time Stroud did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So, but the Rams did pull it out. They do have the Rams are a better team than Carolina, but Carolina played harder in that game.
And it exposed the Rams' weakness. Another Sean as a coach. Okay? I'm sorry. If I'm coaching the Rams, they win by 40. If I coach them, Sean Payton, Sean McVay, that's their weakness right there. They almost lost to a team that backed their way into the playoffs. Everybody's
Just so
high
you
on the
don't
Rams.
know if you got any Sean's out there, he's not hating on you.
Yeah, I'm
He's
hating on
NFL Sean.
NFL Sean's head coaches.
And then Brian,
That's all
the
right.
guy who doesn't show up for 3 quarters, decides to play in the fourth quarter, Caleb Williams and the Bears. You talk about a fourth quarter quarterback. They were down what?
21 to 3.
21 to 3.
They were down 11 with 5 minutes left.
Yeah. And they come back. Well, look what they did to the Packers a couple of weeks ago. They did say that the governor of Wisconsin came out, and every kid in school in Wisconsin now has to learn the Heimlich maneuver because of how bad people are choking in that thing. So,
I'm sorry, but I did not trust Green Bay the whole way through. I
No.
just didn't. That Jordan Love's not that good. I'm
No.
sorry, but he's not.
But
And that, like you said, if Micah Parsons was healthy and playing, I don't think that happens.
no.
But Green Bay, when are we going to start talking about Matt LaFleur needs to go?
I'm just saying that, you take Love and you stick him on Denver and it makes them a better team.
How about the handshake between Ben
By
Johnson
far.
and Matt LaFleur at the end of that game?
Yeah, I was quick and out of
And
there.
then did you see Ben Johnson's locker room post-game speech?
I did not see that.
Yeah, he was like, F the Packers, they're not that good. And, but Chicago's
He's not
got a tough
wrong.
game. Chicago's
He's
got a
not
tough
wrong.
game. So, and the last game
Yeah,
last
you
weekend,
back to that though, Chicago can't go down 21-3 to the Rams.
no.
They won't come back from that
No, the
against
Rams defense is good. And
The
then,
Rams keep scoring on
yes. Well, and the Rams defense is better than the Packers defense.
them. Yes.
And then the team who is down to like their fifth string linebackers and fifth string defensive line, and they lose their starting tight end, all pro George Kittle, early in that game, and the San Francisco 49ers go into Lincoln Financial Field and defeat Brian's Eagles. And Brian, if you looked at that on paper, there is no reason the Eagles should have lost that game against with the backups that are on that team.
Oh, stop it. The backups on the 49ers proved it that they're better than the Eagles.
They proved it. They proved they could beat them. But if you looked at that on paper and you saw, oh my God, all these third stringers are the ones that are playing, and you lose George Kittle early in that game, and you're thinking to yourself, wow.
Hurts is not a good quarterback.
That is not true.
It is true.
This is such bullshit. I'm so tired of hearing
man.
it. So,
The Eagles
okay,
have won on
hold on,
defense
hold
and
on.
won on defense.
Outcoached
on.
like Philadelphia got. Outcoached Kyle Shanahan. Outcoached Philadelphia.
On the offensive side, yeah. On the offensive side of the ball, yes,
Robert Saleh
absolutely.
Defense. Saleh defense.
Absolutely, and I've been saying it all year long, and you guys know it. I've been saying all year long. The offensive coordinator sucked all year long. How do you have that offensive line, that talent on that team, and you can only put up 19 points in a playoff game?
Because you have Hurts.
That's not true. And AJ Brown, AJ wants the ball.
Yeah,
Okay,
he threw
then
it and
catch-
dropped it.
Then catch the fucking ball when you have a chance.
Well, you knew Philadelphia was in trouble when Sirianni and AJ are arguing on the sideline. And then did you see when Sirianni went to punch him and Bart Simpson jumped in and
Norton Simpson.
don't lay a finger on my butterfingers?
I'm sorry, but there's no reason in hell that game should have been a loss on Philly's end. There's no way, ever.
Brian, I've been saying this for the last couple of years, and last year it was a little different story, but AJ Brown is a cancer in that locker room.
He absolutely is.
He
And I actually have been on some forums with people that they'd be like, we'd love to have AJ Brown. Take him. Just take him, get him out of Philly. I'm sorry. But he's the fact that they won a Super Bowl championship with him is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. But the thing is
AJ Brown is not as good as T.O. was, but has the same problem T.O. had. He was a cancer to the locker room.
there's only
But
one
the thing is, I hate that everything gets put on Hurts because he played clean. He didn't do anything to really hurt the team. He put the ball on AJ Brown. Okay.
Some bad balls that his wide receivers became defensive backs and did a really good job of protecting him out there.
I'm sorry, but
interceptions that should have happened, and I mean, even A.J. Brown turned around and smacked the shit out of one of those balls and knocked it to the ground.
But AJ Brown, you want the ball in crucial situations. Catch
Dude.
it. Catch it.
No, AJ says he wants it.
I know,
at that point
I
in
get
time,
it.
But
I get it. I've been listening to that.
Devontae Smith's the best receiver on that Eagles team.
Absolutely.
Now, one thing I want to point out here. Former Beatrice head coach Bob Sexton and coach Cam Jurgens. Me and him both graded Cam Jurgens 100% on his blocking, on running blocks, pass blocks. He almost got called for a penalty, but he was engaged. Their offensive line is there. There's another issue there, and it goes back to the offensive coordinators. You talk about it, Brian. Offensive coordinators for Houston, offensive coordinator for Philadelphia, offensive coordinator for Kansas City Chiefs. They got some real issues.
If you're the offensive coordinator, you're calling your plays and everything. You got a quarterback that doesn't get it done.
That's not
Give him
true.
time. Because they're new to this guy. They're not going to trade him. They're like Brian over there. They think that this guy is Tom Brady the third when he's Carson Wentz the second. I mean, but
No, he's
here
not.
we are. I mean,
No, he's not.
you put some of the best defenses out there in the last 4 years. Got yourselves a couple Super Bowls with those defenses, and then you turn around and try to give Hurts the credit for it. That ain't who won them things.
Offensive line, defensive line.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
there's people in Philly calling for Jalen Hurts. I think that would be the dumbest thing that you've done.
I think that would be the smartest
besides-
thing to do.
Besides fire Andy Reid. Andy Reid was the dumbest thing they ever did. Second would be to get rid of Jalen Hurts because honestly,
You liked Wentz.
yeah, I did.
Just saying, they're the same guy.
No, they're not. Not
You
a
like Daniel Jones.
I did. And look what he did until he got hurt this year with the real coach.
I know.
honestly,
So I
okay.
wasn't wrong about Daniel Jones. They just
This is the
didn't have a
thing.
coach for him.
This is the thing I don't understand is like the guy wins games. Does it really matter what it looks like if you win games at the end? Honestly,
Well,
if you're
he
winning-
does because his defense wins games. And
No,
a
it doesn't.
great offensive line makes average quarterbacks look good. A
If
bad
defense-
offensive line makes great quarterbacks look bad. He's a symptom of a great offensive line. Makes him look better than he is.
not a chance.
My opinion.
Yeah, and they have one of the best tight ends in football. Use him. Sorry, but use him.
Goddard? The
Yeah.
problem with Goddard is he gets hurt a lot.
He was
If
healthy
you
all
use
year.
him, you're taking him off on a stretcher. If you don't use him, at least he's in there to block.
But get rid of AJ Brown. Period. AJ Brown needs to go. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Hurts. They should just send both of them off.
Maybe they should ship him off with Tyreek Hill somewhere. Talk about double cancer.
Stick it all into the Jets.
Yeah. Well, or the Browns.
I will tell you this though, right now, unequivocally, there is one coach in the NFL that if A.J. Brown went to, and he did have a player like an A.J. Brown come to his team this year, you haven't heard one word about it, and that's Vrabel in New England. Stephon Diggs was the same way.
Yeah.
Bitched about not getting the ball wherever he was at, and
Well, Vrabel has the same effect on players as Belichick did.
yeah,
I mean, T.O., he didn't get a ring,
Randy Moss.
but, you know,
T.O. never
I mean Randy Moss.
Yeah.
He didn't get a ring with him, but, you know, you didn't hear nothing wrong with him during that time.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. Mike Vrabel, I'm sure he's just looking at these guys. If they come to him, Coach, I need the ball more. Okay, is that all?
The thing is with AJ Brown, that's a difference between Philly and New England. Is Kraft actually listens to his coaches most of the time. Kraft actually listens. AJ Brown went straight to Lurie and started complaining.
Mhm.
So, okay, it's
But
on.
Kraft wouldn't have had that meeting.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
That's
he
on.
Yeah.
That's on.
And he would have been,
Massage ball.
as Hurts and A.J. Brown were talking to him, he'd be like, oh, look at that.
Sorry, but there's no reason that Philly should be out in the first round. Not a chance. Sorry.
All right, well, we're getting a little bit close on time, so we'll make sure we get them in case we have any technical difficulties.
Your friend Zach, he's trying to defend you and hurts. I laughed at him a couple times, and I'm gonna laugh at him again. But
So, Brian, we'll start with you. Houston, New England, who you got?
I think New England in a close game. Like I said, 9-6, 10-7 game is what I see.
Brian?
Well, I'm with him. It's a close game, but it's going to be the other way. D'Amico Ryans and that defense will go up, upset New England. Texans will win it by 5.
New England by 10.
New England's going to win this by 7 or more. Yeah. So I'm just not sold on that Texans offense. They've got a good defense, but I just don't think they're going to find a way to score.
They got a good defense, but Stroud's just not going to be able to deal with the
Drake May is not Aaron Rodgers. I'll put it that way. So he's not going to.
No.
He's inexperienced, though. One thing.
Drake May
The worst enemy
Drake
the
May
Texans
is
have
not
are
Aaron
the
Rodgers.
Texans' offense. They're not worried about what
he
New
brings
England
the next
bring
factor.
other than their coach.
No, I'm
Great
saying
coach.
he's not going to turn the
But
ball
Texans,
over like
Texans'
Rodgers did.
offense
No,
are
I
our worst
get it.
enemies.
Yeah, because Drake
Offensive
May's
coordinator
decent. Yeah.
and C.J. Stroud are the worst enemies the Texans have this week. I think
If the Texans want to win, what they should do is just play defense and hand off to Chubb all game long. Just
yeah,
hand it off.
Willie Marks.
Yeah, or more.
Well, if they bring Warren Moon and Earl Campbell back, then I'm going to pick the Texans. At this point in time, I don't think Houston's getting them back.
Without some Angels in the outfield, they're done.
All right. Rams, Bears, guys. Who do you got, B. Cook?
Well, it's going to be 7 below 0 in Soldier Field. First off, good coach and very bad weather. Sinks Sean Payton. I don't know how he's going to keep his hair intact to look Hollywood like he tries to do. He's more interested in his hairdo and his looks. Ben Johnson and the Bears in cold weather beats the Rams by 7.
Jeff?
How can you not get on board with Caleb Williams? It's the Caleb Williams show, you know? Fourth quarter comebacks and, you know, I don't know about this cold weather hair thing. I'll be rooting on the Bears. I think it's a tall order for them to win the game, but I'm going to be rooting them on, and I think they get a last-minute field goal in that cold weather to win it all.
Brian?
To win it.
I think the Bears' run comes to an end. Honestly, I think the Rams will pull it out. They don't have their Achilles heel in Philly in the playoffs anymore. I think the Rams go forward on this game. I just don't like that the Bears went down 21-3 to a bad Green Bay team. Sorry. I just think the Rams are a way better team.
Well, you talk about the cold weather in Chicago this weekend, and you think, okay, a team coming from LA is going to have trouble, but the Rams were the closest to beating the Eagles in the snow last year in Philadelphia in a game that could have went either way, and the Rams had a shot to win it at the end of that game. I think the Rams come in and win by 10 over the Bears. I think Caleb Williams is going to find out that he has to play 4 quarters, and I think he's going to get down, and I think it's going to continue there. But now we'll move on to the Bills and the Broncos, Jeff.
The Bills, by what, 20, 30? Hey, over by halftime? Check them out.
Honestly, I shouldn't even ask you two who's going to win this damn game. I already know. Bills, Broncos. Let's move on.
You got the smokers versus the mafia. I mean, yeah, the smokers and the drinkers are going to win.
Nothing against you, Brian. Nothing against you. I'll be rooting for the Bills because when Houston defeats New England, Houston will be hosting the AFC Championship game. I think I like Josh Allen. Regardless whether he's hurt or not, he's a Rocky Balboa. Rocky 3. He gets back up, continues going. I think I like Denver's defense, but it'd be hard to stop James Cook. I like the Bills to go in and upset the Broncos.
Brian, I know you got the Broncos
You
winning.
got Mr. Teevers rocking. What you say?
I-
Always it is when I'm not there.
I do have the Broncos winning, but I do think it'll be a close game. The Broncos do struggle against mobile quarterbacks. I will say that. I just think that defense and the home field advantage is going to be too much for the Bills.
Do the Broncos have any defenders with the last name Long that you know of? I'm just asking. I don't think they do. But here's what will win the game for the Broncos. If they bring somebody in with the last name Long, James Cook will realize that he cannot beat anybody with that last name because a Cook has never beaten a Long in anything in this world. So that's where but actually, guys, I have the Broncos winning this one. I really think that the Bills' defense is what is going to hurt them. I really think the Bills' defense is what's going to hurt them in this game. I think it will be a close game, a 3 to 4 point game, but I do believe Denver comes out on top. Final game, the depleted Niners going out to take, some people think, the best team in the NFL right now, the Seattle Seahawks. Brian?
I think with George Kittle going out with a torn Achilles, that was probably the last straw for San Francisco. Seattle's going to be so hard to beat. I think they're so well-rounded all the way around. I think they probably have the better coach of the two.
Well, both of them are good.
Yeah, both of them are good, but I would give the edge to Shanahan.
Now, there was something coming out. Fred Warner may be available for the Niners in this game, which would really help out that defense in San Francisco.
Yeah, I just think up there in Seattle with the 12th man, that receiving core for Seattle is stout. That is, you got Jackson Smith and Jigba who's just lighting it up this year. And then they got Cooper Kupp who's just coasting. When's he going to have a big game? He's going to have a big game, and it's going to come here in one of these two games here, I believe. So I have Seattle.
B. Cook?
Well, I like both coaches. Seattle's got a great coach. That guy is great. Kyle Shanahan showed his worth. I think CMC is probably going to be the deciding factor here. I got the 49ers. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. San Francisco upsets Seattle in 12th man territory.
Didn't he say last week it's hard to beat a team twice, and now we're going to 3?
Yeah.
Jeff, who you got in this one?
I like Seattle. I agree with Brian on the losing Kittle and a few other key injuries. I mean, San Francisco would beat up in the playoffs. If they ever were healthy, we might get a different result. But yet again, they're beat up. Yeah, I'm going with Seattle.
I got Seattle in this one, too. I hate going against my son-in-law, Aaron. He's a huge Niner fan. But Aaron, they are from San Francisco, so we'll go with this, Seattle. Now I got a trivia for all 3 of you. Let's see how good you guys are. 2 quarterbacks at the end of the season that were starters in the NFL. Their last names begin and end with the same letter. Do you guys know who they are?
Begin and end with the same letter?
Mm-hmm.
This year?
Yeah. At the end of the year, they were both starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
What was first and last name both end with the same letter?
Their last name starts and ends with the same letter.
I'm sitting here going through the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
One of them's in the playoffs yet. Yeah, P and Y, that's the same letter.
right?
His team is represented by a bird.
Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is one of them. And the other one, Jeff wishes the Giants would have drafted him, but they didn't.
No, I'm fine. Sanders.
Yeah,
Is who
Shador
we
Sanders is
looking
the other
for.
one.
I said, oh, we're fine though. We got exactly who we wanted. We got exactly who we told you we were going to get. And now we're going to get Harbaugh. John Harbaugh is our coach. And we're going to win us the Super Bowl next year.
Oh, I thought you meant Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
Yeah, the cheater's not coming to New York.
Let's end on this. And I don't agree with this at all. What about Raiola going to Oregon? I don't agree with it.
Hey, I think that's fucking hilarious. So he goes, and then now, which we call says he stayed.
More.
So Moore and him were going to fight for the number one, but Moore just got done taking him to the semis.
There's no chance
How
that
do
he
you bet
overtakes
you guy took you to the semis?
They won't.
There's no chance that Raiola outtakes Moore for that starting job.
And from what I understand, he took less money than we were offering to go there.
But what we do know is Oregon does develop quarterbacks well. Is he smart by going there to sit a year?
That's what he's going to
behind
do.
Moore.
He's going to redshirt and sit behind Moore, like Moore sat behind Gabriel, like Gabriel sat behind Nix. Or maybe Gabriel wasn't there when Nix was there, but Moore sat behind Dylan.
I haven't heard a good quarterback yet.
Nix,
Fouts.
Herbert.
No, out of that
Well, no, Dan Fouts
progression.
went to Oregon.
Oh, well, a long time ago.
Well, yeah, but he's a good quarterback.
In the progression that you're talking about, there's nothing that's really came out of that.
Marcus Mariota.
That's probably their best quarterback that's come out of Oregon in the modern day.
What about Herbert?
Justin Herbert.
Isn't he a disappointment? I mean, come
I'm
on.
sorry.
I mean, there were such high expectations of what that guy was supposed to do. And I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, but we haven't seen it. He hasn't proven it by any means. The guy fails constantly, chokes. In the big
He's gonna be Phillip Rivers 2.0.
He'll be good during the regular season, but he can't win the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, I can go with that, but I still probably take Phillip.
Did you hear why Raiola went to Oregon?
What was that?
Did you hear why Raiola decided to go to Oregon?
No.
Because after Oregon beat Texas Tech, Mahomes had to wear that Oregon jersey. And Raiola saw him in that, and he thought, damn, I'd look good in that. So he's like, I'm going to go to Oregon.
So I do follow Adam Carragher on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And Adam Carragher was talking about Dylan Raiola going to Oregon, but that was before they decided Moore was coming back.
Right.
And I put in the comments, as an Oregon fan, I'm not a fan of this because I don't think he fits Oregon's system. Adam actually responded back to me on that and said I was interested to see what an Oregon fan would say about this. But Oregon likes mobile quarterbacks. He is not a mobile quarterback.
Dude.
So I just don't see it working. I don't.
Like watching molasses drip out of the tree when he takes off running.
You guys,
this is not a good
you
look.
guys will see the team that got the best quarterback out of this transfer portal is LSU. Sam Levitt from Arizona State.
Arizona State, yeah.
Did you see
your buddy Zach, by the way? Just catch him up a little bit. He picks the 49ers and the Broncos playing against each other. We know the Broncos won't be there, but he's still picking San Francisco to win it all. So, I mean, go McCaffrey, he says. I like arguing with your friend. Tell him I said hi when you see him next time.
I'll see him tomorrow. But did you guys see the contract that Texas Tech offered Swarsby from Cincinnati? They're giving him 1% oil royalties for life.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is ridiculous. How do you compete with that? Like how do you compete with that?
2%.
Honestly. Yeah, but who all has
hand,
oil
Brian.
money? I'm sorry.
I'm guessing Arch Manning's probably getting 2.5% oil royalties for the rest of his life. I mean,
Well, shit, he got paid $2 million to sit on the bench.
yeah, that's the bad thing about it. These kids don't have to. I mean, it used to be these guys wanted to get out of college to the NFL to make money.
Yeah.
Now, hell,
Let's stay.
sit in college for 5 years, make
Who's the guy that's been there for 6?
Carson Beck.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
jeez.
It's gotten out of hand, way out of hand.
I thought Rayola would be a better fit down in Miami than he would Oregon. I really
agree.
did. I thought but
I feel like he should have stayed. As a Nebraska fan, I just feel like he should have stayed. He should have not got tied up in his uncle's flight, because his uncle been here for way longer. Been here for 6 years, and it didn't matter what Raiola, what was going to stay or not going to stay. We had to make an adjustment on that offensive line.
yeah,
And,
Dylan should have been the first one to see that.
absolutely.
Getting sacked
I mean,
8 times against
yeah.
Minnesota.
You think he'd have some words with his uncle in private.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you love me?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to protect me? Was it that your job? Isn't that what you told my dad you'd do when I got here?
Well, the great thing about it is, next week we're going to talk about the national championship, Indiana and the U
Yeah.
taking it on.
Hoosier?
I hope you're right. I
And we're going to be down to the conference championship games in the NFL, so we're going to be able to break that down. Brian's picked the Texans. We picked the Patriots. Brian picked the Bills.
Yeah.
We're going Broncos. We've got differences all the way around. But how I want to end tonight, Brian, Braden hasn't been here. I know we've got some things. I think he'll be back eventually.
Eventually.
So, last year, March Madness, you and Braden couldn't handle us. This year, college football picking, you and Braden couldn't handle us. So, you're going to have to wait till March, and maybe you guys can keep it close.
I'm just saying, I hope Brady's listening right now, but I'd cut your losses and take his daddy.
Thank you. About
I mean, if I was in your shoes, I would cut my losses
Ryan,
and take his
I
daddy.
wouldn't. Did you see his record?
I would
He was
just
whacked.
gonna say that. I was just gonna say that. I was like,
Because I didn't finish it. That's why it's incomplete. I didn't flunk it. It was incomplete.
Flunk it.
Well, yeah, because you gave up. You knew how bad you were doing.
So,
Who won?
on March Madness this year, we're gonna have two formats. We're gonna have the one where you pick out your bracket like normal, right? And then each week we will repick just that bracket that's going on,
That
game
week.
that's going on.
Oh, but you'll have your original.
You have your
keep
original
track,
backup that we're gonna be competing,
and then the second one.
but the second one will compete each week
Yeah.
on the games that are happening.
Yeah.
But because they have a pick'em style week to week thing, and we'll do both. But the one that matters is the full bracket.
oh, who out of this panel besides Brian, because he's excluded? I'm sorry, but out of the pick'em, who's first in the NFL pick'em?
I am right now.
You are?
No,
I'm
it's
But
Actually,
Brian.
Zach.
It was Brian without a Y.
Actually, Zach is leading. That,
Who?
by the way, Zach.
Yeah, but he took the lead early and really has never looked back. It just kind of spaced us out as he went.
Him and I were tied last week going in. I caught him until last week. So, but
Someone took Philadelphia.
When the season ended, I quit going in. So,
But Brian, I will give you and Braden kudos. I mean, again, if you know a good chiropractor, my back is very, very sore from March Madness and the Bowl Pick'em because I have had to carry somebody.
Well, let's be fair. I've been carrying Braden too, haven't I? I think I'm second on that one.
So, no, it's a great time of year. We're getting, college basketball is in conference swing right now. We're going to start getting into that a little bit more here as these games start to slow down. You've got the NFL and its playoffs, 8 teams left. Next week will be 4. You got college football at their national championship game. Locally, the Mudecas basketball tournament is taking place right now. And if you've never heard of the Mudecas basketball tournament, 16 teams from around the area, small schools, come together for a week. Boys, girls, play 2 different tournaments, B Division, A Division. It's the second longest running tournament in the state of Nebraska.
97 years. 97 years it's been running. Crazy.
Yep.
I played in it.
You played in it. Brian was there to do play-by-play for the very first one. And weren't you?
I knew you were around when the wheel was spinning.
Oh, no.
That's why you talk about a fullback so goddamn much.
The first one of the new century I was here in 2000.
Hey, did you see that?
He helped me.
San Francisco ran a fullback.
Kyle
Yeah.
Juszczyk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's another reason I'm taking San Francisco.
When they put it up there, they said he was a fullback, and they pulled him right out of the game after his play. And I was just like, oh, Brian must be going crazy.
Where's he from?
Who?
The fullback from San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Where's the high school?
High school? Kyle Juszczyk?
Yeah. Green, Nebraska,
Scott?
Gretna.
No way.
Gretna High School. Kyle Juszczyk.
That's
Anyway,
something.
sorry.
No, you got me on one.
Sorry for the
That's the
distraction.
first. That's the first.
But we will be back again next Wednesday. Another great show, guys. I love it. And I am just hoping for my personal save, the Broncos do win, because I want to hear these two go at it again for the conference championship game.
The Broncos are going
When
down.
the Patriots and Broncos are playing, I want to hear about that. Sorry, Brian.
No.
Eventual Super Bowl winners this year.
I want to hear it. And we may even next week. I'm not going to do it now because we got to close it out. I may even bring up John Elway for Jeff. So, from all of us to all of you, we thank you for tuning in. Please go on, share, like, subscribe, hit that button, share it with all your friends. Try to get them in here. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions on Tailgate Talk. We would love your help on it. We would love your help. If you like what you see, if we get to 1,000, we've got a lot more things we can do after we get to that, because we can probably start getting a few more people in here and maybe bring on some guests, and we would love to do that for you. But for Brian, Jeff, and myself, have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday. You've been watching Tailgate Talk, and
We know
We know
sports.
sports.